it's about like half a second slower. So it will be interesting to see what these runners elect to do. We are off. Looks like FPG's about a second and a half ahead, just based on the live stream. They're both electing to not go for the mushroom cut. Be interesting to see if they're watching each other's streams and if that will affect their strategy in the later laps. I saw Brad missed a mini turbo coming in earlier, so FPG is going to have a lead. Yeah, FPG has about a 0.4 lead coming out of lap 1. Still, anything can happen, especially with this big mushroom. But both of them are playing it safe. This shroom coming up here is also a big point in which you can bonk that wall and lose some time. Brad missed the mini turbo at the same spot he did lap 1. So FPG looks to be continuing on his lead, except he didn't. FPG actually messed up a bit, and I didn't catch it, so they're dead even right now. I guess Brad just drove more smoothly in general that lap, but it's very close. Brad bonked that wall. That might be the difference of the race as they come in as the finish here. FPG went around there, but Brad missed the MT at the end. FPG takes it. Very close. Brad missed 2 MTs on that last lap, which cost him. Alright, that was a lot. Very fast-paced, high-octane action for the first track there. But, FPG does take it. Looks like we're going to Frapp Snowland next. So here on Frapp Snowland, it's a very technical track. They're gonna be trying to drive as close to snow as possible without touching the snow. And then there's also a point in which they're gonna use a mushroom over the big hill, and with that, they could go out of bounds or they could lose all their speed. A bunch of different variables can happen with that mushroom, so it would be very interesting to see how they play it. And to top all that off, there's a bunch of snowmen all around the track, to which Brad getting a follow. But as I was saying, snowmen, if you run into them, it blows up and it's like hitting a blue shell. So avoiding snowmen will be a big factor. Brad had a weird backup MT. Ooh, man. Yeah, Brad's man, Brad is taking the stream very safe with FPG hitting a snowman, but Brad's missing every MT right now. So crazy. Hopefully that follow notification gets off of Brad's screen. But Brad is ahead by a second after lap 1. Alright, Brad's pulling it together still. My stream buffered a bit, so I might be a little bit behind. Apologies for that. Alright, Brad and FPG both clean through the mushroom. FPG takes back the lead with an amazing lap 2. Just misses the snowman. You know, it's neck and neck now. Alright, FPG for good shroom. Oh, he hits a snowman! No! Not like this! Looks like Brad takes it. Crazy finish. It took 2 snowman hits, but Brad does get the track. It's 1-1. Insane finish. Next up is Toad's Turnpike. Toad's Turnpike is a lot of driving. You want to be close to the wall while you do the mini turbos, and you want to avoid getting hit by a truck or car, because getting bonked by either a truck or a car means losing about 3 seconds, which is no bueno in a one-try-yo. So hopefully no one hits a car and we have a clean race throughout, but I have a track record of pointing out everything that can be done wrong on track, and then everything that could be done wrong happening on the track. So honestly, I would predict 3 car hits for this race. Alright, they're off. Alright. Brad both going inside the cars in the front, which is faster, but a little bit risky for a one try. At least I would think, for players at this level. Brad, Shroomin. An interesting thing with this track is you can shroom basically around any corner at any time. Brad kind of messed up getting into that MT, and is messing up against that MT too, so despite being behind a shroom, FPG is going to take the lead, at least for the time being. Yeah, Brad's having trouble hitting these MTs, and FPG is just cruising right now. Probably see about half second to second lead for FPG. Yep, second lead, despite being down a shroom. My guess is FPG is going to use all 3 shrooms on this lap. Oh, going on the inside. Oh, he's hit the wall there and lost some speed. Brad's kind of cleaned up his driving a bit, so he might be catching up to FPG at this point. FPG missed that MT, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. Alright. He held that turn a little long after the shroom for FPG, but that's not going to cost him much. It's just something I noticed. Alright, 51-1, 51-8. So FPG is about a second and a half ahead, but Brad does have the shroom, although the shroom only saves about 0.2. So unless FPG hits a car here, it looks like he's going to take this one. But anything can happen, especially with this track, because the cars at the end are kind of crazy. Oh, we'll see what happens. We're still cruising along on Toad's Turnpike. Alright. Okay, he missed the MT there. Brad going between the 2 cars. FPG finishing 234.57, taking the track. Very nice one try by FPG, and not too bad by Brad either. It's kind of hard for Brad to win tracks when FPG drives faster than his PR. But yeah, that was a good pick by FPG, good track by FPG. Alright, it was picked by Brad, but it was a good showcase of driving. Alright, we're up to Royal Raceway now. Fun tidbit on Royal Raceway, FPG got his first God time on the flap a couple days ago. For those who don't know, God times are the highest standard you can get on the MarioKart64.com website. It's a big deal. So FPG definitely has been playing a lot of Wario Raceway lately. And for the track itself, it's a lot of driving. You just drive around and you try to play clean. And there's a big 180 right at the start, which saves and loses a bunch of time. I'll explain it more when we get there. And then you also want to watch out for the big shroom that they do, where they cut a bunch of grass, kind of go around a wall. But right here, they're gonna hop up this hill. They both had kind of meh 180s there. FPG was cleaner around that little corner. But here's the shroom. Brad had an interesting go around there. FPG is driving really clean right now. Alright, both getting all these MTs in. Brad electing to skip, going for that MT. Not a bad move, but he is behind by about a second now. So hoping for an FPG mistake, maybe around this hairpin. Nope. Both playing it very safe, which I do not blame them for a one try. Because if you catch that wall, you're losing like 3 to 5 seconds easy, and it's not a fun time. Oh, FPG almost hit the wall. Kind of cringed for a second, but both are good. He's surviving and thriving. Yeah, FPG definitely it's his race to lose right now. Yeah, he's playing super safe. I don't expect him to make any major mistakes out across in the race. He's definitely playing to not lose right now, which is a good move by him. The classic super early roll race room by FPG. Brad having some trouble on that, going into that ramp. Yeah, unless FPG somehow falls into the lake here, which he didn't, he's good to go. That was a good one try, 227.89. Up 3-1. Alright, Choco Mountain next. So Choco Mountain, it's another pretty technical track. You want to be as close to the wall as possible while hitting all your MTs, with the added difficulty of if you touch the wall, you have the possibility of losing all your speed, which is never fun. But our racers are gonna be trying to stick to the walls, hit their MTs, maybe avoid the boulders. Typically, you don't see problems with the boulders, but you know, you never know. Anything can happen. And you also, the hills at the end of each lap feel very random at some points, whether you get good or bad hills. Both are streaming around this first section. FPG sticking to that wall a lot closer than Brad was, so he's going to be taking a little bit of a lead. Brad had a better section there, though. So they're both holding that MT around that corner. Not a bad move. FPG kind of bouncing off the wall here, but luckily that wall, if you touch it, you just kind of gently bounce off of it, so it's not that big of a deal. Brad ahead by 0.1 right now. Both are playing pretty equally right now. Oof. Both sliding up against that wall. Ooh, Brad. That was scary. Hitting those walls over there, you might tumble, and it's always scary when you're bouncing around right before that hill. But it looks like FPG is driving a bit cleaner until he did that, and now... Oh, FPG tumbles! Yeah, that's rough. It's gonna take a tumble by Brad for FPG to pull this one back. Yeah, that's the problem. Jumping off these hills, if you touch that wall, you're going to tumble. And tumbling is not... You do not... tumbling is not an easy thing to come back from. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. Looks like Brad's going to take it unless he tumbles here, which he's going right down the middle. Good hills. He's going to get it. Very good one try from Brad. And FPG balled out on that last lap, but wasn't enough. Alright, FPG taking us to Sherbert Land. Pretty interesting pick from the higher seed, as Sherbert Land is one of the more varied courses that you could pick. There's a ton of things that you can do wrong, and you can lose a bunch of time on it. But FPG must be feeling pretty confident pulling this one out. So with the things that could go wrong, you could fall into the lake. Falling into the lake, you lose a bunch of time by falling into the lake, and then latitude places you down, and then you're in a big ice cube that takes a couple seconds to break, and you lose like 9 seconds. And there's a bunch of penguins around the track that you can bump into, and the penguins in this game are huge and invincible. So, you know, you can be driving into it at 80 kilometers an hour, and the penguin won't even get pushed back. He'll push you back. But both of them taking these crack jumps pretty safe. Pretty even right now. This cave section is gonna be interesting because with the shroom and because there's the penguins. Both of them avoiding the penguins. FPG bonking that wall a bit. Oh, but FPG hitting the penguin. Ah, man. That's rough. And he falling. Oh, he paused. Pausing his automatic disqualification. So unless Brad pauses himself, he's gonna take this one. He's just gotta drive it out. So that's, you know, it's muscle memory. When you fall in that lake, your first instinct is to pause and reset, and it's hard to break that in a one try. I'm sure FPG didn't mean to pause, but it happens. Yeah, as long as Brad doesn't pause, then we're Gucci. Brad's playing well right now, even if FPG didn't pause. Oh, of course, right as I say that, he does that. I mean, that mistake still isn't as bad as falling into the lake. It's about equally as bad as seeing a penguin. But Brad is going to have a pick going into Game 7, the match with the swag finish. I like that. I love the swag. See where he's taking us. For the 3-3 set 1 decider. Taking us to Banshee Boardwalk. Okay, Banshee Boardwalk is a doozy of a track. Not as much of a doozy as Sherbert Land, but it's up there. So it's a spooky track. I know Halloween was yesterday, but it's a very spooky track. It's dark. There's ghosts everywhere. You drive into a house with bats, except the bats don't actually come out in time trials, but they're there in spirit. But it's a spooky track. You can fall off into the lake and lose a bunch of time. Apparently every day is Halloween now, so it's always spooky season. But you can fall into the lake. The the bat house is really hard to maneuver through. Brad started a bit early, but we'll just have to keep in mind that he's about 2 seconds ahead, 2.5 seconds ahead, just based on starting early. But the shroom also, he's gonna shroom around a section at the end, and you can bonk. This is a very bonk-heavy track. You can bonk everywhere. Brad actually is shrooming around there, which is, both of them are interesting. They're not doing the drop shroom where you kind of drift into the shroom, but both are shrooming there. I typically shroom around here because I find it easier, but whatever they find easiest, I guess. Brad bonking there. FPG ahead by about 0.6. Both having kind of messy go-arounds right now, but none of them making any major mistakes so far. FPG not even trying an MT around there because he knows he does not want to fall into the lake. Brad kind of bonking there, not getting any of the MTs in the bat house. That sucks. But for the most part, Brad's lap was clean. FPG was alright. Oh, more than alright. That was a really good lap, actually. But, yeah. FPG ahead by about a second. It's his race to lose at this point. Brad's going to have to put together something special right here. Or FPG's going to have to put together a very dubious lap. Alright. Both into Ghost House. FPG bonking. But I don't think that bonk's going to be enough for Brad to pull ahead. Brad doing that MT at the end, so is FPG. But yeah, wasn't enough. FPG taking set 1. Alright, Calamari Deserts up next. So KD, short for Calamari Desert, not Kevin Durant. Very interesting track. We're in a desert. There's a train that drives around. The shrooms they're going to be doing are very precise and just potential for time loss everywhere. KD the creeper, that's right. But there's a bunch of things that can go right or wrong here. It'll be interesting to see what shroom strat they use. My guess is Brad's gonna use a 300. FPG, judging by his PR, I would think he's gonna do 300 too, but that's remain to be seen. They want to use their shrooms in strategic places so they don't have to slow down for this train. This first shroom here is always a very annoying one, as you can see by FPG hitting the wall, losing his shroom, using all the speed halfway through the shroom. So Brad's going to be taking a lead. I would assume he's going to use both the shrooms here, or it looks like he's only using one. Yeah. Brad's doing, my guess is he's going to be doing 210 or 201, and FPG is doing a 300. Very interesting. FPG's about half a second ahead, but Brad's about a shroom ahead, which saves about half a second. Okay, so Brad is... He didn't beat the train! No! That's the risk you take when you don't use all 3 shrooms in lap 1 at this level. And now he's gonna have to wait for the other train too. That's disastrous. Oh man. You hate to see it. Hate to see it, yeah. FPG is just gonna cruise. He shouldn't have to challenge the other trains. Should be good. Oh yeah, he had to go to the right there to beat that train, but it's all right. Yeah, Brad was just barely too slow to beat the train lap 2, and it cost him the entire race. That's what KD does to you, man. That's rough. Very rough. Alright, we're going to Wario Stadium next. Yeah, Wario Stadium next, and Wario Stadium is the second longest track in the game. It's super technical. It's a bunch of crap that can happen. You can tumble on the shroom spot. They're gonna be shrooming around some hills, and you can tumble and lose a bunch of time. There's a bunch of places where you can lose a bunch of time. There's a bunch of stupid MTs you have to do, and there's a bunch of stuff where you can lose a bunch of time for seemingly no reason, and it's a pretty dumb track. It definitely favors the higher ranked player, which FPG is, so I can see why we picked it. Not my favorite track to drive, but it should be a fun one to watch. Ooh, Brad almost tumbled there. Yeah, Brad actually was a bit cleaner coming right out of the gate, but I don't know after what just transpired there, and Brad bonking there. What is he doing? He's that's a tilter right there. First to KD, train, now this, and then he spins out and tumbles because he held the drift for too long. Does a little donut, gets back into it. FPG's just cruising right now. Yeah, FPG is driving really well right now. Super clean. Oh, we'll miss the MT though. I mean, it's 1 MT and it's Wario Stadium. Is FPG on PR pace? That was a super good lap. You know, let me check. Let me see what FPG's PR is. It's PR 346. So it's about PR pace. He definitely can PR on this run if he drives well. Brad's hanging in there. If FPG, you know, one mistake turns into 2, then Brad's also playing safer, so he doesn't, you know, repeat the mistakes of the past. But oh, he adjusted a bit at the end of, midway through his Brad's shroom, and then he bonked the wall there, but it wasn't enough for a tumble, which is fortunate. Brad bonks there. He's just not having a good time right now. Doing a little side to side for the swag. FPG's still driving pretty clean. I say that and then he bonks the wall, of course. Commentator curse, as always. Probably not going to be PR from FPG. Shouldn't have talked about it. Well, actually, no. He's on PR pace still. Never mind. My math's off. Wait, no, he's not. Wait. No, he is not on PR pace. I'm sorry. I'm doing math in my head, and I'm getting two different answers at the same time. So I'm just... Man, it's been a long day. But FPG, that was a really cool... That was a really good shroom. Yeah, Brad's taking the shroom safe that time. FPG's still hanging in there. He might get this PR, man. I don't know. He's had a really good lap. Brad hasn't given up. I like the fight. FPG misses his PR by 0.09 and a one try. The bad man. Alright. Brad's going to grab some water. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. So, we're going to take a short intermission. Alright, we're back. And we're going to Luigi Raceway. Very interesting pick from Brad. Alright, wait. We had a little mishap at the start of that. This is awkward. I think FPG's going and Brad isn't. Alright, they're good. Alright, we're good. Got it all straightened out. So if you see them racing, they're not actually racing yet. And alright, there we go. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, this little whatever happens right now isn't actually happening. So Brad picked Luigi Raceway. Very interesting, since Luigi Raceway is infamous for always favoring the higher ranked player. So Brad must feel very confident in his driving to be picking Luigi Raceway. Especially with FPG's PR being a second faster. I don't know, maybe he's seen something. He's seeing an error. He's got the... I don't know. Maybe he's just picking it because he likes Luigi Raceway. But we'll see. See if it pans out. Yeah, they're just gonna drive around and they're gonna shroom. I don't know what shroom strats they're gonna use actually. They cannot either go 1-2-0 or 0-3-0. Depends if they feel confident going for the mystery boost or not. Both of them are going for the mystery. Oh no, Brad's going for it. Brad did not get the mystery boost. The mystery boost is a mystery. You know, it's a boost you get from hitting the wall. You end your MT, your mini turbo, and the shroom at the same time. Then you get a boost of speed throughout the grass. But Brad did not get it. I didn't catch what FPG's lap one time was, but I would assume Brad's a little bit ahead, but he's a shroom behind. But yeah, Brad's gonna go around here with his 2 shrooms. FPG is saving his all 3 shrooms for lap 3 for maximum crap, I can't think of the word. Suspense, that's the word. Maximum suspense. We won't know who's gonna get it until it's gotten. Both of them have been driving pretty well. So I'm excited to see what happens. It really all comes down to, is FPG gonna convert on these shrooms? And it looks like he is. Brad going into the dirt. And he's, oh no, Brad collapsing in the last lap. Ah, man. You hate to see that. Although, FPG did beat Brad's PR by half a second, so I don't know how much it actually mattered. Interesting pick by Brad. Didn't work out. FPG's taking us Yoshi Valley for some reason. I don't know why. He likes pain. He picked Wario Stadium. He picked Yoshi Valley. I don't know. Yoshi Valley is like Wario Stadium if you divide the length by 2 but multiply the annoying things by 2. So they're gonna have to deal with spinies where you can run into them and you spin out, and there's a bunch of canyons everywhere, or valleys I guess, where you can just fall into them and lose a bunch of time. There's a big hairpin jump that you have to do where you're driving and then you turn and jump between the 2 little valleys, and it's hard and it's annoying, and I expect a lot of mayhem in this little race right here. So to answer the question in chat, this is shortcut. Oh, Brad's going around and FPG is going for the fast route where you have to challenge the spinies. I'll get back to the question in chat in a minute. They both get the hairpin, and except Brad got the hairpin, but couldn't control his cart after getting there, and then he bounces out. That's gonna lose him some time. But this is non-shortcut, except they have 2 jokers where they can, once per match, they can pick a track for shortcut. FPG's is going around now. My guess is he saw the Brad stream, saw he messed up, and is just taking the safe now. Don't blame him. He's taking the hairpin super safe as well. Not risking it. Alright, Brad's not making the same mistake twice. But yeah, once per match you can use a shortcut or a fast lap for any track. Yeah, unless FPG messes up this hairpin, he's gonna take it. He did not. Maybe he runs into the egg. He does not. FPG gonna take set 2 in commanding fashion. go into Koopa Troopa Beach. So for set 3, both track pools do reset. I never explained track pools, so basically, throughout the first 2 sets, each player, you can't pick the same track you picked prior, and you can't pick in the first 2 sets. So like, if FPG picked Wario Stadium in set 1, he can't pick it in set 2. But if Brad picked Wario Stadium in set 1, FPG can't pick it again in set 1, but FPG could pick it in set 2. And since we're in set 3, both pools are wiped clean, and any of them can pick any track they want. But we're going to Koopa Troopa Beach. What we're going to be watching out for is the ramp jump. You might think it's a shortcut, but since it's clearly intended by the developers, it's not a shortcut. Brad's stream is frozen for some reason. That's not good. Yeah, that's really not good. I can't see Brad's... What? Oh, he's back. The return. And yeah, alright, cool. He's back. But yeah, they're gonna be doing that ramp. You lose a bunch of time if you miss it. Brad with a really late stream for some reason. FPG up by 0.2, so it's pretty close. But Brad missing that MT there, and FPG hitting it. But FPG is missing MT, so it evens out. Brad missing that MT though, so I would give advantage to FPG at this point. Oh man, both getting the ramp there. Brad again. I don't know. I don't understand this really late shroom strat he's got going here. But he's a second down now. But yeah, looks like FPG's in the driver's seat unless he misses this ramp jump. He's got a terrible angle. Oh no! Brad's gonna take the Brad's gonna take it. That's why you pick Koopa Troopa Beach. You gotta set up and you gotta nail those ramps. Because if you don't, you're gonna choke. And Brad's up 1-0. Back to Mario Raceway. FPG figured, worked out well for him in set 1, so might as well bring it back for set 3. Thanks for the heads up, Abney. Will do. All right, so we've gone through the okays, and now we're in the track. And I just buffered a little bit, so I might be like half a second behind the actual feed. Apologies. All right, neither of them are going for the mushroom cut. All right. Brad bonked the brick wall there a little bit, so it looks like FPG is going to be a little bit ahead. Although FPG does take that weird, safe little thing there. He's ahead by 0.17 or something like that. Yeah, neither of them are going for the mushroom cut. Don't blame them. Brad's not missing any NTs this go around. He's in the zone. Alright, FPG's ahead by about 0.3 now, so it's going to take an FPG mistake for Brad to pull ahead. Ooh. Brad almost ran into the piranha plant. Alright. Going into the final stretch. Oh, Brad hitting the wall. That's going to do it. FPG takes the track. Yeah, the 2005 strats where you don't actually go into the grass. Going up for Bowser's Castle. So Bowser's Castle, there's a bunch of thwomps. There's a rule for the One Try League where you can't use ghosts, and typically for PR attempts, PR being personal record, also known as a PB, personal best. But anyway, when you're going for best times, you have a ghost that distracts the guard thwomps in the third room or second room. I guess there's a room, a hallway, and then another room. So, but there's guard thwomps that you use the ghost to distract, and since they don't have a ghost here, they're probably going to gear either far right or far left to avoid those two thwomps in that room. And thwomps in general are gonna be very annoying for them to maneuver around. If you there's a bunch of different ways the thwomps can mess you up. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. They're both going to take their shrooms around here. Brad going to the outside of the thwomp. FPG going on the inside. They're both going to try to sneak between the thwomp and the wall. Brad gets through clean. FPG, not so much. But Brad almost fell into the lava. That ain't good. FPG did not get the stair MT, but he definitely tried for it. Okay, both going around this little spiral. I think Brad's definitely a little bit ahead here. Yeah, Brad's about 0.8 ahead. Although he might spin out here, and he did, and he bumps into the wall because he held his drift for just a bit too long. You hate to see that one. FPG not very clean through those swamps, loses some speed. Still gonna be ahead though. It's madness in the castle. FPG hitting the swamp, so this Brad. Man, oh, Brad fell into the lava! He had an opening, but he couldn't convert. Just like the Browns earlier today. Gosh darn it. Alright. FPG hitting the thwomp, but falling into the lava is such a huge time loss that I'm not sure. He's gonna have to hit a couple more thwomps. And FPG is, you know, he's letting Brad come back. He's making it interesting. I do give him credit. But Brad hitting the thwomp there, it wasn't meant to be. If Brad didn't fall into the lava, I think he would have taken this track. But he fell into... FPG, what are you doing? Why? He was bonking up against that wall. But, yeah, unless he does something crazy here, FPG is going to take it. It's not a clean Bowser's Castle on either side, but, you know... That was crazy. That's madness. Ah, man. That was crazy. FPG taking us to Wario Raceway Flap, the track in which he got the God time in a couple days ago. Okay, there you go, Pori. I did it. I didn't scream because I didn't want to, you know, I have to have an ounce of professionalism. But, alright, so Wario Raceway Flap. 180 is going to be huge. The shroom at the end is going to be huge. Hopefully they don't pull a Climate against Jaden where Climate fell into the lake right before the finish line. Milligram of professionalism. All right, but yeah, hopefully they don't pull a Climate. They're gonna be using all three shrooms on lap 1. I almost said all 3 laps on shroom 1. That would have been awkward. Brad going for the extra MT, does not get it. All right, 180 here. They both are taking it safe. They're not doing anything crazy. They're gonna use shroom 1 up here between this tree and the mountain. What is Brad doing? That was weird. He did not have a good angle into that. Brad with the classic mega early shroom. FPG is well versed in this. I think he's gonna take it here. Yeah, he missed that MT, but FPG Brad is shrooming very early. Interesting. All right. FPG did fall in, but he won it by about 2.5 seconds. So, yeah, FPG takes it. And he uses Flap Joker. He tried to pause to show his time, but he paused on the frame. The time wasn't there. Alright. We're back to the spooky track. We definitely had some spooks last time, so, you know, it was good enough for us once. Why not do it again? FPG is at match point here. It's crazy. The match just flew by. But, yeah, match point. If FPG wins this, he wins the entire thing. The whole enchilada. So there is definitely some added pressure on Brad here. Interesting, we didn't see any shortcut jokers. Those are typically pretty fun, but I can understand if you're not that good at shortcut or you don't want to risk it or whatever. It's fine. We do have the spooks though, the Banshee Boardwalk. Alright, both runners going out. Oh my gosh! I thought Brad was going to fall in, but he didn't, so he's good. Alright, Brad's having some trouble in this ghost house. FPG got through pretty clean, so FPG's going to be ahead by about half a second to a second. Yep, ahead by 0.98. Mainly because of the bat house. Oh my gosh, Brad. He's going for all the MTs, but, I mean, he's coming so close to falling into the lake. Yeah, Brad's having a lot of trouble here. And FPG's just cruising. It's gonna take a major mistake from FPG to finish this. Alright, so it appears that FPG is gonna be taking this match. Yup. 150-40 to 151-77. Game set match, FPG. That was a fun one. certainly was a fun one. See if they're gonna come in for an interview. Looks like Brad's out. So I don't know if FPG wants to come in. Let me ask. But yeah, it was a fun match. I mean, it was a 3-0 win from FPG, but it was fun to watch, and I feel like Brad was right there in a lot of the matches, a lot closer than the scoreboard may say. Yeah, Brad cut his stream. Looks like let me try to, maybe if I do this, yeah, do that. Maybe that will work. Maybe now they can get in. All right. Well, I tried. It doesn't look like it's working for us. So that'll be it from. I'm KT the Creeper. Make sure you follow runners. These guys both excellent. FPG does stream pretty regularly, and Brad pulls up once in a while, so I recommend following both of them. Have a good time. I've been KT the Creeper. This was Mario Kart 64 One Try League Season 2, and I'm signing off. Peace.